YouTube. So I have not shot a video in a while. I haven't been as inspired to, I guess, recently, and therefore I just haven't. But I have something kind of cool. So this. About a month ago, I would say it's almost been a month, Amazon sends me this email, and they're like, you can be one of the early subscribers or early users or gamers of, and I'm not a gamer. I will profess to being that. Yeah, that's just, I'm not, but I enjoy playing occasionally. Like, I've owned an Xbox, I've owned a PlayStation, I've owned a Nintendo Switch, but I couldn't say I'm a gamer. You know, some of these people are just like super into games. That's not me. However, I wanted the opportunity to be, I guess I'm a casual person that likes to play games every now and then, and just to fill my time. Like, I ended up getting a Switch like last year, and completely like beat Mario Odyssey or whatever like within 1 week, and then I was just like, okay, I'm done, and I sold the Switch. Anyway, when Amazon had contacted me through email, I'm not an important person, so it's nothing like that. I'm no Casey Neistat or anybody like that. So, of course not. Look at my subscriber. Anyway, so they ended up contacting me and was like, you can sign up for it. So I signed up, and I didn't hear anything back, so I was just like, oh, you know what? I guess I wasn't one of the people that got selected. And then I got an email, which went to my junk, by the way, and was like, you're selected. You got 7 days to basically complete this and become or before your email expires, or excuse me, before this this trial period for you to try Luna expires. Now, granted, I had to purchase this out of my money. Maybe they gave it to some other people for free, but for me, I had to purchase it. I don't exactly know how the full orientation went with Amazon, but I had to purchase this for $49, and I then purchased the clip that goes onto this so I can game, but it only works with, what do you call that? iPhones, and I have an Android. Sorry, I'm not an iPhone person. Never will be, just can't. But anyway, I was looking forward to playing this thing, but I have some limitations on how I'm able to play, because the requirements of this thing are that you have, so for one, my MacBook is a little bit old, like 10 years old, and it had to be updated. And the reason I won't update it is because I have an older version of Photoshop and Illustrator and the Adobe Suite, that if I did, then I'd be paying a monthly price. So for those people who understand that dilemma, I don't want to be spending $40 a month, and I can still use Photoshop as it is on my current PC, but my Mac, but I don't get to update it. So that means I don't get to play Luna on my computer here, unless I do some updates and risk losing my existing Photoshop that I've had for years that just works just fine. However, there is an alternative way of using it, and that is for me to have a Fire Stick. My entire house is connected through Fire Sticks. So from the movie theater room is a Fire Stick, main living room is a Fire Stick, my daughter's room's a Fire Stick, master bedroom's a Fire Stick. So that's my way of being able to play this thing. So I will basically allow you to be one of the first people to see it as I see it, because I haven't even opened the box, essentially. So I'm kind of excited to play this thing, and I'm just hoping that you can join me, and we'll figure it out together, because I have no clue. I did sign up, and I have to I know I have to download some stuff to the TV, download the app to the TV, because that's the way it'll play. And let me think, what was the other? So there's a couple of different ways. So you could play it on your Mac, you could play it on your television, and you could play it on an iPhone, and you could play it through your Chrome browser or whatever, or Safari browser. Again, my MacBook isn't updated because it has to be like OS 10.14 or 10.14 or something to that extent, and my MacBook isn't there. So, but we're still going to be able to play this thing. We just have to get to another TV. So we have to come out of this room and go somewhere else, but we'll still get to play. So super excited. And yeah, I guess I'll do the unboxing of this so you guys can see the controller in detail. And then, yeah, we're going to figure out how to connect it to the larger television and play it there. Stay tuned. Peace. at this point, I have only unboxed this thing, and as you saw, and yeah, put the batteries in. And I was in my living room, and I was quickly booted out by family. So, yeah, in the bedroom. Caveat, it works better when it's hardwired. So there's only certain rooms in my house that have the hardwire connection to the internet. So yeah, just FYI, it works better not being super wireless. Sorry about the noise of the family in the background. I got booted out, so this is the best that we can do. Let's figure this thing out. So the next part of this is to download the app onto your Fire Stick. So I downloaded it already, so we don't have to waste that time. And it should be set up with my account already, so we're just gonna kind of go with the flow, see what happens. Okay, well, yeah, so how to turn this thing on. So there's a, I don't know if you can see that, focus camera. There's a power button, or what I'm assuming is a power button. Maybe this is it. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, I don't know what to do next. Told you I wasn't a gamer. We're gonna figure it out though. Maybe a menu button or something. How do we... I need to read the directions. Sorry. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So after I turned it on, apparently just reading the directions, I just had to tap this button again, and as you can see, the control works. So, okay. I think also just a little caveat there. So a part of me being in this initial setup or whatever Amazon is allowing, they're basically saying that you can, I'll get to play, obviously, and I think I pay $5.99 a month. I have a 7-day trial, then I get to pay, I have to pay $5.99 a month, but I think that's an early subscription fee, and then after maybe a couple of months or something, they're going to say, well, now our gaming system is, you know, $15.99 or whatever the cost may be. I don't know. At that point, I'll probably exit because, again, I'm not a gamer. But at the $5.99 price, I think that was kind of worth it. I'll play it for a few months and see how much I enjoy it. Also, another caveat, yes, I have a 7-day trial. And I think I've told you everything that I know. Oh, and yes, Amazon will, as a part of me being a part of this program, or this early subscription, or whatever you want, introduction to this thing, I will have to provide them with feedback. So eventually they'll send me some emails or whatnot, and I will just kind of tell them about my gaming experience from a non-gamer. But here we go, and let's see. I know I'm not at, like, yeah, Assassin's Creed, while I think it's cool, I don't want you guys to see how stupid I am to play that game and not very good at it. So we're gonna go for more like the, yeah, I don't know, maybe Sonic. How about that? Sorry about all the noise. Okay, back. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about the noise. You got the family downstairs, and then you got these people riding their, what do you call those things? ATVs, in the city. It's Denver. It's weird. I don't know. Go Formula One, go Lewis Hamilton. Let's get back to this. Okay. So what we see here is you have about 60 different games that is allowed in this pre-trial subscription deal, and never played. There's an action shooter here, single player. Let's go for either Sonic. Nah. Ooh, they have Contra. This is dating me quite a bit. Contra is from my era of gaming. Don't know if that's going to be the same, but either way. Oh, and Redout. That looked pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Play now. How about it? Ooh, I just felt the vibration. Sorry about the noise. Okay, so turn this thing up. I would say that the controller is pretty responsive. Like, okay, so you guys are watching me click up, and I mean it's pretty immediate. Look, down and move. So maybe it's a little lag there. Again, I think it works. So maybe for the first-person shooter, you need to be a little bit more on it. We'll see. A grown man jumping for video games. I think it's not just that, it's the fact that I was accepted to be able to play this. Maybe that's a cool thing. I never win anything or early for anything. Anyway. Okay, yeah, so I was just trying to press pause, you know, didn't really know how to press pause. So anyway, at first glance, as you can see, I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, the controller worked really well, and it was pretty responsive. I didn't think I had, although I stayed in 8th place the entire time on that, I still thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, but the controllers feel really good in my hand. Typical, I mean, I know some people, true gamers, will be able to give you the, I guess, their interpretation of what a true controller should feel like. But, I mean, for the most part, I think it sits well, you know, in my hands. I don't have any problems with that. You know, I'm big hands, I'm 6'2", so I'm not the smallest person. But, yeah, the rubber knobs on it, this feels a little bit more plastic. So I guess I can't say rubber. I mean, this part feels a little rubbery, but this here feels like more like plastic, I guess. But it's pretty responsive. Like, it flexes back and forth. I like the cool purple color. That is pretty sweet. And if you can kind of see, there's a little purple in here. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Let's play something else and see what else we can get into. So if you can see this, oh, come on, camera, focus. So there is a few different buttons here. So there, right there is like a menu button maybe, which I don't see it working. So like, yeah, there's a menu button here. There is a, I guess it's like maybe a home button or something like that. And then there's this microphone, like, which is typical to Amazon. Like, I'm sure you can probably control your whole house through this button or something like that. Because I have like, the whole house is controlled by Alexa. So I'm sure this will probably do something to that effect. So how about I zoom in and you guys stop looking at me and more focus on the television and just see what other games they have and get an idea of some of the quality, I guess, with it related to the graphics, because I know that'll be that'll be a big concern of people who are looking to get this. So I'll do that. I'll shut up and yeah. So on the home screen, you just get kind of like a preview, get to learn more about some of the games, then some of the new additions, and then, you know, what's trending, etc. And then I obviously set this up because I was like, I put this in my playlist as a game that I wanted to play. Now if we go scroll back up to the top, as you can see in the far left corner, that's kind of the home. Whoops. And here's a full library, which I told you is about 60 games. Here's your playlist. I only added one game to the playlist. You can search, and then some settings. Yeah. Parental control, volume, link to my account. Oh yeah, this is what I was telling you. So you can link to, you know, your Twitch account, or you can link it to the UBI Soft account. And if I'm saying that wrong, again, I'm sorry. Some feedback information, and yeah, some legal information. And then obviously this controller. Oops. Okay, so let's go back. And Let's go to the library and see what we can find that is for my level of game play. Caveat. Sonic it is. Okay. This is super old. I was expecting the more updated version of this. This is like Sega, like one of the first game systems, Sega Genesis, the first that I've ever owned. Okay, I'm old, but we'll play it anyway, I guess. Finally figured out the freaking pause button. This menu button's the pause button. Jeez. Alright, let's back out of this game.
To the final lap. You can get out of last.
Okay, so I'll give you my initial first impressions. Again, being somebody that is not your everyday gamer who's going to know all that there is about gaming, this will essentially work for me. I felt like the games were a little bit older on some of them, but the responsiveness from this controller was pretty good in my opinion. I didn't have any issues playing any games. It loaded relatively fast. I think I waited for the first-person shooter that you saw me playing, that Metro game. I think that was the longest time that I waited, and that was probably like maybe 6-7 seconds. Everything else was relatively fast. Obviously, Sonic, you know, that didn't take any time. The game that I played before, I also played Grid, which was a driving game, which is pretty fun. That's more something simplistic for me. I obviously would have liked to have played a basketball or football game, but again, that's not what's available in this initial trial, I guess you could say. But from my perspective, this is pretty fun. I mean, this is the way of gaming. I believe that we're going to get away from this. I can't say that because the Xbox just dropped and then the PlayStation 5 just dropped. So I want to say that we'll eventually get away from the traditional hardware. And I think this is a first attempt at doing so. But again, Xbox just came out again and PlayStation just came out. So I don't know where we're going with gaming. But I guess if you want the true, you know, amazing 4K graphics and, you know, just this robust system, then that would be the better approach. But for me, I thought the graphics look great. I think there's a decent video game selection here with this beginning part, but they're definitely going to have to put some more of the more popular games because I felt like these weren't as popular for me, at least. Yeah, so, like, where's Madden, man? I want to be able to try, you know, I wanted to try to play Madden on this. That's a game that I can actually play. I'm not too old for that. And what other games did some of my friends? Anyway, some of those. Give me some of those. Halo. Give me some of the popular games. What about what's that one that everybody raves about? I don't know what's the name of that game that everybody. Oh, Fortnite. I wanted to play Fortnite. I wanted to get my, you know, experience of Fortnite. Why you ain't put that on here? Anyway, I think that anyone who is looking to try this out, this isn't a bad way to go. And I think with more games being available on this thing, I think it'll be a better system. Right now, I feel like, okay, this is a good introduction, but open up the games and let's see what else can, what other games could be available to this thing. But again, the controller felt relatively fine in my hand. It feels kind of like it has a little braille on the back. It's a little different, but it vibrates really nice. I mean, obviously the color's really cool. Yeah, I mean, the keys hit just fine. I had to learn some things, you know, where the menu button was to get out and which buttons did, you know, cause what effects. And that's another thing. Every game required, like, I'm like, oh man, you're really dating yourself back to the Nintendo days where you had just a few. Well, I'm not that old. I had it, like I said, I had an Xbox, so I'm not that old, but I'm still, you know, left, right, up, down, you know, all of this stuff. Like, yeah, it was just kind of far out for me. So, but this was super fun. I appreciate Amazon allowing me to be one of the early people, or however I got accepted. Again, nobody important, but I got accepted. So sometimes you get lucky, and that was one of these times. But again, if you're looking to get into this, I think you'll be impressed. So give it a shot. And I don't know any of the details of when it will actually be available, or when people can play it. But yeah, check it out. So not bad in my opinion. So yeah.